and I'm here to tell you that I am the ultimate Christmas mom. Christmas is a huge love of mine. Actually, when I was a child growing up, my mom was what I consider the Christmas queen. She did all the decorating and fun kind of things. Well, I've kind of brought that down to my kids now, and we actually do a lot of the decorating and celebrating and doing all those kind of things together. So our Christmas actually begins in October. I know that sounds really early because, you know, most people are putting out pumpkins and scarecrows and doing that kind of stuff, but in my mind, I'm actually already making my list for who's going to get cookies, who's going to get gifts, who's going to get Christmas cards, how I'm going to decorate, things I want to do, new ideas, things like that. So it's a lot of fun. I go to a place in Cumming, and it's this where I live, it's here in Cumming, Georgia, and it's a Christmas store, and it's called Parsons, and they have this huge, they have a huge display. They have trees and just all kinds of stuff. So I like to go in there in October and get my ideas and kind of get my juices flowing and get ready for it. Come November, the early November, we actually start decorating. So as soon as I get any of my Halloween stuff down, we start putting up Christmas. A lot of times we start with my son's village. It's actually a Christmas village, and it's from Department 56, and he's been collecting, and I'm telling you, this thing actually fits on a dining room table. And I mean, there's tiers to it. I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous. It's just nuts. And we actually make a lot of the mountains and things like that together. So Jake's become very creative, and I mean, it's a lot of fun when we do that together. We also put up a couple trees at that time. One of them is our Coca-Cola tree, which is my daughter's, and that's really cool because they live just north of Atlanta, Georgia. So that's a really cool tree to have, so it's a lot of fun. So we put that one up, and then some other trees might go up too, just some of maybe my winter trees, stuff like that. We've got like 8 or more trees altogether. I know that seems a little extreme, but we had our family tree, and I guess it's about 10 feet tall, and there's just no way to fit all of our ornaments and all of our loves on it. And I like each person to kind of show like what their favorite thing is, because Christmas is more than just, you know, just a one-day holiday. To us, it kind of represents a celebration of our family and of us being together and spending time together and stuff like that. Thanksgiving Day comes around, so I've got my list and everything together. Well, we wake up early in the morning and we watch the parade from Macy's up in New York. And while we're doing that, we're usually putting up our Christmas tree. So by now I've got the turkey cooking, I've got the tree going up, we got the parade in the background. It's a lot of fun. Well, our tree, when you put it together, it's kind of a funny story. It's kind of embarrassing, but it's also kind of funny. When you start putting it, it starts at A, B, C, D, and it goes all the way down to different levels of the tree, because we don't use real trees because we simply keep them up way too long. So we're putting up the different limbs of the trees. There's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Next one should be L. There's no L. So all of us break into a chorus of Noel, the song Noel. So it's pretty funny because there's no L. And then it goes M, N, O, P. So probably it was meant to be done by the manufacturer. Anyway, it's a lot of fun, a whole lot of fun. So the tree goes up, and then after that we have family come over and we have a huge Thanksgiving dinner. I mean, we're talking the whole fixings. And then after that, I get my paper out from earlier in that day and I look at all my sales, and I tell Jenna, okay, we're getting up in the morning. And the next morning, Black Friday, Jenna and I usually get up and head to the sales, which, you know, we're out there just grabbing things, we don't even know what's going on. We're just so tired, but it's just fun to get out there and be with everybody. It's kind of a tradition for us. It's a lot of fun. And then after we do that, after Black Friday and get some gifts and stuff, we continue decorating. Usually we're finished by, if not the end of Thanksgiving weekend, at least sometime in the next week. We've got all of our decorations up. My husband's decorated the outside beautifully. We've got tons of lights outside. We've got our reindeers outside. I mean, it's just really gorgeous. So now we're into December, the beginning of December. And the beginning of December is when we really start the true countdown to Christmas. We have our Advent calendar that my children have had since they were very, very young. And they alternate who gets to put what ornament up. So sometimes, we have to try and remember who did last year, who did who's going to do this year, that kind of thing. And they get to alternate who gets to put the final star up on Christmas Eve. A lot of fun. Now my kids are, you got to remember they're 13 and 15, so they've been doing this a very long time, but they still insist on doing it. Tradition is that important to them, and just remembering things like this, just makes their growing up extra special. At the same time here, just after Thanksgiving again, we start touring the Christmas lights around the neighborhoods, and we also have special places in the city that we like to go look at the Christmas lights, and it's fun. We turn the music up, we blast it in the car, and just look at all the different houses, how they're decorated. Some we like, some we don't. We make fun of some, and we used to say how much we love some of them, and it's really cool. Another tradition. But probably the biggest and my favorite tradition of December is actually baking the cookies. We make literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cookies. We make the chocolate crinkles, and we make dirty snowballs, and we make cutout cookies, and we decorate, and just pressed cookies, and we make, I can't tell you how many cookies we make. they cover the table. We have to put them in jars, and we got these huge canisters filled with cookies. Well, these cookies we give out to our neighbors and to our friends and family, things like that. But we also bring some to like fire stations and police stations and anybody we can think of. We can't think of a better way to spread the Christmas spirit than by giving out those cookies. I'm a little bit nuts about baking, and the house is kind of torn up for a few days in the kitchen with flour everywhere and icing and all that kind of stuff. But hey, what can I say? It's fun. Also at this time we make reindeer food, and the kids used to make this. I used to actually make it for the kids. Actually, I would use just like oatmeal, just plain dried oatmeal, and I'd mix in some special ingredients like magic crystals and stuff like that. And the kids on Christmas Eve would go out and spread it in the front yard, and then Dom would go out later after they got to bed and like sweep it away, make it look like the reindeer came in and had a snack with Santa or something like that. And they're a little bit old. They don't necessarily believe in magic reindeer. They do believe in Santa. They definitely do still believe in Santa Claus, wink wink. So instead of that, what they've done now that they're older, at the time that they would have been doing the reindeer food, we now have a real crazy tradition of having a silly string fight. So I'll go and I'll buy, I don't know, maybe 10, 20 cans of silly string, invite neighbors and friends and family, everybody who wants to come over, and we have a huge silly string fight outside. So instead of spreading the yard with like reindeer food, it's got silly string everywhere. Also, this is a special time when we shop and do all that kind of stuff. And Jen is actually my wrapper, so she'll wrap a lot of the gifts for me. So, as I was saying, before the dogs started going crazy, Jen has wrapped all the presents for us, and they look really beautiful. Now, not the one, but Jenna does not wrap the kids' presents. They're not allowed to see or know or anything what they're getting for Christmas, because Santa has to bring it to them. So their presents don't go out until Christmas Eve after they've gone upstairs to get ready for bed. They're probably not asleep anymore, but we'll put their presents out after they've gone upstairs, and they have to promise us that they're not going to come out and peek to see their gifts. This is also the same time that I fill their stockings, because they have stockings I made for them on the years they were born. So Jake was in '96, Jenna was in '98. And they insist on using their stockings year after year. I mean, they're old. I could get something more contemporary, something that maybe matched more of the decor, that kind of thing. But nope, they want to keep their little kid ones, and I think that's absolutely fine with me. Also, on Christmas Eve, there was something we did special for a little neighbor of ours, and this is going to become a family tradition. I just know it. At certain ages, kids begin to wonder if there is Santa Claus. Well, we all know that, yeah, Santa's real. We all know that. So we wanted to make sure that she got a little more time believing in Santa Claus. And so Jenna gave her some reindeer food and said, sprinkle this out, and maybe the reindeer will come and eat it and stuff like that. And that night, she sprinkled out the reindeer food and made sure that she had gone to sleep, that Maddie had gone to sleep. And Jenna actually went over and put a huge present at the front door that was especially from Santa, saying thank you for the reindeer food for his reindeer. And she also hit a little bell, a little Christmas bell that looks like it came off one of the reindeer, and said he lost, and Santa said he lost it, and if she found it that she could keep it, that's a magic bell. So she gave her one of those too. And I think it really made Maddie's Christmas. I think it was very special for her. And, she still has that Christmas spirit, so that's really sweet. Okay, so now we're at Christmas Eve. We've had our huge Christmas Eve dinner. Again, everybody comes over here to our house, and we have everybody's favorites, whether it's mashed potatoes or the turkey. Sometimes we have roast beef, whatever. We just have a huge, huge meal. And of course, for dessert, Christmas cookies and pies and just all kinds of fabulous things. So we've all eaten and we're all stuffed, and we've had our silly string fight, and then we go for a family walk. So it's kind of like our chill out time, kind of calm down and kind of start relaxing and stuff. So we go out at night, and it's real quiet usually, because most kids are asleep like 8, 9 o'clock at night and whatever. And it's just really magical because it's quiet and there's lights everywhere and they kind of twinkle, and it's just really beautiful. So that's also one of our traditions. And then before the kids go to bed, and again, this is something they started when they were little, we take one of our manger scenes and we put baby Jesus into the manger, and the kids actually sing happy birthday to baby Jesus. So, I mean, that's just, again, something they started when they were young, and they just can't stop doing. So it's kind of neat. So they've gone to bed, we put the presents out, we filled the stockings and everything. We finally go to bed. The next morning we get up, and yeah, we're pretty early risers. We get up maybe 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. We come down. Well, the kids can't come down until all the adults are down here. Now, I know they're older, but we still do this. So we come down, the presents are out, we start cooking the food, we make sausage rolls and cinnamon buns and that kind of stuff. And once everything's gotten started, the kids come down. And they come down and they just tell the big surprise, the big reveal of Christmas gifts, and then we're eating breakfast, opening gifts, and this goes on for a good 3 hours. I mean, we drag it out as long as we can because we just don't want Christmas ever to end. And then at the end of the day, when Christmas is over, the whole Christmas day, we just kind of all collapse, and it's like, and then we can start really chilling out and enjoying our decorations some more for about another week or two. Usually by second weekend of January, maybe, we take the Christmas decorations down. So, and that's the end of our season. Then I have to wait until next October to start doing it again. So anyway, that's a little bit about me and a little bit about what we do for Christmas and how I include the kids, and we do all kinds of stuff like that. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sure I left out a million things, but this is what I could get in for today. So if you have any questions, call me. I'd love talking about Christmas. Bye, y'all.